hello, everybody.
Hello.
Hello, everybody. Oh, it's not session 8, it's session 9. Love a good session 9. However, how is everybody? Welcome to session 9 of State of Anarchy, a homebrewed Dungeons and Dragons game run by this chaotic bunch of wonderful individuals. Yeah, we are here, and who vaguely remembers what happened last week? I also apologise for the lag. We are hopefully getting this corrected at some point.
Oh, I know what happened. Let me pick me.
Go for it. What happened last week?
Crisis's idea. And
amputate, doctor. Remember.
Sorry, my bad.
Amputate, not cut off. That's rude.
Rick drank a whole lot because he did not want to hang out with us.
Also, Sebastian wasn't flirting with Breeze.
Right. We'll
Right,
go with
Breeze
that.
was flirting with Bastion. Excuse us, our apologies.
There was no flirting. I don't know what.
Bastion was all like, "Hey, I'm all out of bed. Can I share yours?" And
It was in whatever you took from that is on you. I was entirely
Yeah.
gentlemanly.
I think you all see what you want to see.
I mean, it was a wonderful encounter in which I believe Sebastian also looked into what was going on with the magical coin that Blake had given everybody. Well, or coin, should I say. There wasn't really anything magical about it. I apologise if you guys are getting lag or choppiness from me. It's great.
A lot.
Yes.
you ever thought about just getting rid of the kids? Oh well, she answered that awfully quick.
I didn't answer at all.
You did. I barely finished, and you just answered yes.
That wasn't me.
I think it was. Yeah,
Woo. Yeah,
perfect timing.
I love it when things are unstable.
Well, Sebastian will make sure to I guess we're not going to be using these beds later, so I don't need to clean it up for Bow's quote-unquote return. But take every. Do I have access to my room yet?
Everyone else is downstairs.
Did you lock the door on your way out?
Just out of spite.
No.
Okay, so I'll be able to take like all of my stuff back to my room and the hat, and then have a shower, and then eventually come down.
So, yes, I believe
Sebastian's not a savage who never washes himself.
this is true. But just finalising the recap, Sebastian looked into the coin, and oh god, I don't know what's going on with my internet. I'm just gonna lose my mind. You looked into the coin, and didn't you look into a magical hat? Bow's magical hat of trippy dreams.
Innocence and prosperity.
You keep bringing up the coin, but like as far as Sebastian learned about the coin's a fucking like April Fool's joke and means nothing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We all.
Trying to remember, was it April Fool's Day when we actually played last? Because that would have been actually really funny.
It was, yes.
Ah, perfect
April Fool's.
timing.
So yes, Sebastian.
Has Blake been an
Ins-
April Fool's lead-up joke this whole time? The entire character.
Maybe.
Yeah, he's the BBEG.
Maybe. Yeah, so we also got involved with Bow's magical hat of dreams that took you through to a weird dreamscape, I believe. One moment, please.
Weird being what I imagine just a random ass field and SpongeBob looks like.
Yeah, so you met an individual named Nemo, I believe, who seemed very nervous.
Touch the butt.
Yeah. Seemed very
Found
nervous.
Nemo.
You found Nemo, yes. He seemed very
Can't
nervous.
believe there's like a 2-hour movie about that.
What other?
Yeah, I don't know where we got the budget for that, but yeah.
Did he say anything that you remember of interest, Sebastian?
Stay away from ninjas and frogs.
Ninjas and frogs,
Oh,
yes.
Uzu, I didn't know your name was Sebastian. I mean, yeah, I got huge lore dump of information. Got to learn about the crisis being a girl's name. The Karada, because I kept calling him Karuda.
Yep, it's Karada.
Yeah, so I learned about Karada, their parents, Crisis and Roland, who are apparently dead, allegedly. I got to learn a little bit about Nemo and Alpharius. Or Alpheus.
Elpheus, yep.
I don't know, I've written down. They're the guardians of the dreamscape and Bao's dads. And that was it. That was everything.
Woo!
Woo! Well done. Thank you for that.
Then I woke up and Breeze was in my bed and I was like,
I don't
oh, cool.
think Breeze was in your bed. I think Breeze was terrified by whatever dark, shadowy stuff was.
That's right. There was a bunch of weird, dark, shadowy fuckery that was going on.
Yeah.
Nope, don't remember that.
And I believe your glasses had slipped slightly, and she managed to see your weird eyes. So.
I actually did watch the episode just before the session started so I could recap myself.
Well, that is exactly one of the reasons why we record these things, so that
Weird eyes. That sounds a little racially motivated,
Whoa! Fuck it, we ball.
judging this man's eyes.
I believe they were dark,
Who in this group
void-filled,
doesn't have weird eyes?
celestial pools of mystery. So,
So he's a teacher.
Breeze saw the top of my eye and that was it.
yeah. So, then I believe
Eyelid?
I believe everyone tried to get as much sleep as they could, headed downstairs at 9 a.m. for breakfast, which was the pre-apprised time for meeting up, I believe. Blake did saunter in.
Yep.
I believe Rick had gone off to see what had happened to the Jeep. And there was a group of
Yep.
people there.
That was the night and then came back.
Yep.
That was at night, yeah.
Yep.
And we all had some film milk.
I'm so glad that we've brought that back.
Who doesn't love a bit of film milk?
I don't eat anything I can't pronounce.
Film milk.
I don't like those weird words.
Okay, so off of that basis, I believe you were all downstairs eating breakfast where we left off, apart from Sebastian. Oh, and the discussion that Breeze and Hasa had about, apparently Hasa had some weird arm thing going on after fighting with the unicorn, in which apparently he's caught a disease of some description, which led to the group kind of debating whether they would give him a butter knife amputation. So I think that's where we actually left off. In the middle, holding Haas's...
Which is hilariously ironic given that he's the doctor here.
Yeah.
Hey, no talking in my operating room, please.
Holding Haas's arm aloft between Crisis and Blake, debating whether they were going to amputate his arm. And so that's where we'll pick up. I believe, Rick, you were with them at this point. Everybody was down having breakfast, I believe.
Yep.
Yeah.
We weren't debating.
No, it's just that Rick and May did nothing to stop them.
Rick and Breeze.
Correct.
Yes.
So, Hasa, your arm is being held aloft by two individuals debating the best way on removing it from its shoulder socket.
Yeah, no, he's not letting that happen. As much as he would like to go into detail about the removal of limbs, he will withdraw his arm from them.
The poison's making him crazy. Crisis, we've got to pin him down.
I'm interested to hear what the delusional man has to say.
The delusional man is not delusional, just ill.
That's what a
See-
delusional man would say.
He's kind of right.
Okay, do you understand the source of this infection?
No, it scares me, and that's why I want to cut your arm off.
Okay, you remember the weird unicorn?
Vaguely.
Yeah.
Vaguely. I think I lost my gun at that point.
Right, yes. While you were having a weird panic attack thing, we fought a weird unicorn thing. It stabbed me with its horn, and then I got infected by that. So, if we can find something to cure a disease, it's fine.
Horse
Have you tried
herpes.
not being stabbed?
I have tried that before, yes. Usually the one stabbing disagrees.
Have you ever played with time magic?
Yes and no? Why?
Never mind.
That was very cryptid. Why don't you continue
It
on
was,
that?
it was a little bit suspicious, yes.
Celia.
Anything that requires a higher
You're-
form of thinking, like time magic, I don't want to mess with.
Well, no. As long as we can find something to... I need to clarify, was it a poison or a disease? Because I
Poison.
knew that it was a
It's
poison or a disease.
It's a disease.
Okay. As long as we find something to cure the disease, it'll be fine. Unfortunately, as it stands at the moment, it appears all of my arcane methods conflict with the disease. It gets worse whenever I do it.
Why don't you just go into like a minute clinic or something? I'm sure they got something they can just give you over the counter, right?
Probably, yeah.
Boys, we can stop debating this because I can in fact heal you for the low, low price of telling me that I am a better doctor than you are.
Is it magical? Because he just said the magic wouldn't fix it.
Well, no, I did actually just specify that as long as we have a magic that cures disease or a mundane method of curing disease, it's fine. I'm just saying I can't use magic.
And this is why I don't use magic myself. Too much thinking.
But to answer your question, your statement there, Blake, no. Put it blatantly, I have not studied for this long to specify that you are better than me at it.
So you want to die.
No, I'm just going to go take a different measure.
Okay, but if you start to die and you won't let me cut your arm off, you just have to say, Blake, you are a better doctor than I, and I will heal you with my divine intervention.
Very well. I will hold you to that in the very, 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 very slim chance that I need your help.
I think you forgot a very.
Right, very. Anyway, actually, very good point. He reaches into his pack, pulls out a syringe, sticks himself in the arm, and draws a bit of blood out. Give me a little bit of time. I'll study it and figure out how to fix it. Anyway, aren't we meant to be finding this night person?
Y'all are. They ain't got nothing to do with me.
Right.
Everyone give me their paperwork and I can go run it over to the Ventures Guild real quick, turn it in.
Well, I think the only ones left to fill that out are Sebastian, Breeze, and Rick.
Well, Sebastian's a no, because no.
Right. And no, Rick was
Rick-
there when we were doing it.
I think he's good.
It's just
We just need to
Breeze.
put in the formal team
Yeah.
name, I guess.
I hand over the completed form.
Well, there we go. That's the only one we need to fill out.
All right.
But the team name at the top is mistaken because somebody didn't like.
Oh. You're upset about the Bardstard Sons.
No, no. I can't wait to discover a team name with you all.
Good.
I love
Yeah.
teamwork.
Yep, teamwork is good.
We've got the
Do we
teamwork that
have-
makes the dream work.
Do we have a suggestion for a team name?
There was a few ideas floated,
Breeze,
but the main
Breeze pouts when you bring this up.
Besides Bardstard Sons, considering only 2 of us can play an instrument.
Hey,
Um,
we can all
Ask
play
is a
instruments.
wonderful singer.
It just depends on
you have
how
no
well
evidence
you
of
want.
this.
I know it. I can tell by your dulcet speaking tones that you'd carry a tune very beautifully.
Right. No. But anyway, I'm sure we will figure that out as we go. Just put it as not applicable or to be determined.
TBD.
Yes. And make sure they understand that that's not our name. Like, don't put it as we are TBD.
TBD.
The Bards and Ballers.
All right, I will make sure to do so.
Ignored.
Anyway, ring ring. Oh look, I think the night captain is calling. Oh,
Ring, ring.
You don't have
I
a
was gonna
phone?
say the only one who does is
Hey.
Sebastian.
Yeah.
oh look,
Chief-
I've miraculously fixed your communicator, Breeze. Oh look, it's ringing. There you go.
But nobody had. But that's strange. They didn't have the number. They only
Yeah,
had
they've only got
Sebastian's number.
I
Sebastian's
know,
number.
it's so
Wonder where he
strange.
is.
It's so
I've
strange.
synced
What
it
a
with
coincidence.
Sebastian's.
Yeah, I've synced it up. It's fine.
That is not how that works. But okay.
Oh, he's just walked in.
Well, Sebastian,
Rick is just sitting there shaking his head and just slowly drinking out of his flask.
I believe, Sebastian, you were upstairs having a shower, weren't you?
Yep, finishing off a shower, packing my stuff together, putting the hat in a safe spot. This is like Bao's hat can be like
It can be folded.
collapsed, as it
Yeah,
were.
yeah, it can be folded. You, as you're packing your things up, you do indeed hear the dulcet tones of whatever you've set your ringtone to. I don't know you. I don't know your music taste.
Big booty bitches, sure.
I'm not familiar with that song. How does that go?
Did you build out a few lines?
This was the default ringtone of that was on the phone when Sebastian bought it because he bought it secondhand. So it just goes off going big booty bitches, yeah.
Is it on full volume?
Yes.
There is even though it is morning and there are people moving around and getting breakfast and things like this, you do hear very muted downstairs. What's everyone's passive? Sorry, actually, I'll ask that first.
14.
14.
10.
Yeah.
15.
I have no idea what you're asking.
So far, the highest perception is 15.
Should be on the left-hand side of your sheet, but halfway down.
13.
Yep.
Underneath your skills, there's a thing that says passive wisdom.
Oh,
Passive
16.
There you go. Blake's the
Ooh.
highest.
I got damn dare fox ears, lads. I be hearing everything.
Okay, downstairs, Hasa, Rick, and Blake, you hear this carrying down the stairwell, just. Meanwhile, Sebastian, in your room, you hear your ringtone calling with an unknown number showing on the screen.
Yep. Towel around my waist and sunglasses on. I'll pick up the phone and answer it. Mushy mushy.
Oh, I'm done.
Hello, is this, the Bardstard Sons?
Indeed it is.
This is, Captain Bessamole. I'm just calling to organise a time for you and your party to come in, to meet with the, Captain Tymitore.
Of course. We're able to come in right now if you'd like.
Certainly. If you can make your way towards the Knight Captain's residences, just make sure you've got your papers and everything, so we can do a quick security check and everything, just to make sure you are who you say you are. And we'll see you in about 15-20 minutes.
Will do. Catch you then.
All right. Oh, and your name, sir? I'm assuming you're the leader of the adventurers group.
We're more of a band than an adventurers group, I'd say.
Or band. So you're their manager then, sir?
Our manager's name is Hasa. No, our manager is Hasa.
Hasa, certainly. Does Mr. Hasa have a last name, or Mr. Hasa is his last name, or?
Hasa Mistweaver.
Hasa Mistweaver. Certainly, certainly. All right, we'll see you in about 15-20 minutes. I'll let the captain know to be waiting.
Alrighty.
He hangs up.
And I will get dressed.
Okay. Excuse me.
Bless you.
Thank you. Okay. So, you get dressed. While the rest of you downstairs finishing
Coming
your
out
meals.
down the stairs. Hair pulled back, with still damp with the water. Morning, team.
Don't all speak at once. G'day, g'day.
Sorry, I was eating, what do we call it?
Morning.
Good morning, Sebastian. I trust you rested well.
Very well indeed, Breeze.
Good.
You're a great sleeping partner.
Oh, no.
No.
Hasa's eyes widen.
Hasa and I
Hasa-
exchange a look.
Yep.
Oh, so you managed to lock him out of the room last night, so he took Bo's spare bed.
That's
Yep.
quite the excuse.
It's
Fair
the
enough.
reason.
And
Well, I
Breeze...
apologize. I hope you slept well nonetheless.
No, Breeze is, as I said, very good. She didn't make a ton of noise, and
That's
Man, that's not a great comment.
I have no idea what you people are talking about. I
You
mean,
know
like
what?
you don't want your roommate to like be waking you up at 5 o'clock in the morning because they're doing something stupid.
That was oddly specific.
Anyway, I received a call from the captain's office about our little group. They wish to see the manager, Haas.
also that's you.
Sorry,
He's
you cut
dying
out
of
there.
he's dying of poison at the moment, team.
Yeah, you cut out there. Sorry, I didn't hear that.
Oh, I said they wish to see the manager, Hasa.
Ah, okay, fair enough. Well,
And we're
I'm
expecting
assuming
us
they didn't disallow the rest of you.
Well, they wish to see the Bardstard Sons, so... And we need to be there in 20 minutes.
Let's get going then.
All of us except for
Crisis
Blake.
and Blake. Yes, Crisis.
And-
If you could
Crisis-
drop that
Crisis
off.
is an honorary.
Yeah.
Yes. I remember.
I was more
Thank you
thinking-
for the honorary. Yeah, thanks.
I was more thinking that Crisis wouldn't be there because he said he was going to drop off the documents.
And two, they don't have anything for me. I didn't help you guys because I was trying to get my gun out of my room.
Yep. So anyway, let's get going
Be
then.
here later. Good day.
Yep.
And I change my outfit into something that's like I use my glamour weave and I make it like a kind of a formal dress, but with a bit of a punk edge to it. it's not too, you know, like corporate looking.
Yep. Okay.
Important, you know, outfits.
So,
Important outfit.
Crisis is heading to the guild, is he not?
Yes, he is.
Yeah.
All right, I'm gonna give you a big old slap on the back, and I'll come with you. I got to see Bugsy anyway, and we can swing past my apartment on the way.
You got any grenades in your apartment?
Oh, I have so many things I should not possess in my apartment.
Doesn't answer the question, but let's roll.
Here, I'm gonna toss Crisis 2 of my smoke screens.
Will these kill anyone?
No, but it'll help you run away.
And I have one.
Why would I run away when I could just kill the thing?
Sometimes there are things you cannot kill.
And I have a smoke grenade.
I'm keeping one for myself. You can ask him for one of them. I only have 3.
Tell you what, if you can get me a fragmentation grenade, I'll trade you.
Deal. Fuck it, we ball. Let's go.
Oh, while we're walking, speaking of which, Sebastian, do you still have that glitter bomb I gave you?
Are we getting transport?
Yeah, I figured we
Yes,
were just
but
gonna go
how
find a
quickly
taxi or something.
Be there, yes.
Yeah,
I
mean, it's
will
not
hail
super
a
far.
taxi in my fabulous outfit. Because I think that would make them stop.
So, so you
Just change outfits until a taxi takes notice. Yeah.
Yeah, just make it skimpier and skimpier until the
Oh,
taxi stops.
God.
No, I don't do that. I don't do that. It's very flashy. It's a flashy outfit.
The rest of us keep diverting taxis away to see how far this goes. Like,
No, so you step out onto the sidewalk, Breeze, and you do the very atypical New Yorker kind of thing of put your arm out, and eventually a slightly beat up looking,
Eventually.
slightly beat up looking bright orange ether cab pulls up, kind of looks over the size of the group. At the wheel appears to be a humanoid-looking creature, relatively light skin, elven-ish looking, elven-adjacent looking, kind of slightly broader features, indicating they might be a half-elf. He kind of leans across. Hey, where can I take you?
And I named the place that we're going because I forgot. Is it the
Night Captain's residence.
Yes.
To the Night Captain's, please.
Oh, yeah, certainly. Yeah, I can take you.
Now, is one of those American taxis where everybody has to like pile into the back behind like a caged fence, or is
Yes.
this Australian where you can actually get in the passenger seat?
No,
it's like an Uber.
like an Uber.
So that would mean that Sebastian, Breeze, Rick, and Hasa all need to squeeze into the back seat.
It is very little.
Rick, you can sit on my lap if you'd like.
Yeah, not happening.
And Hasa, you can sit on mine.
Sure.
Okay, you all pile in. You close the door uncomfortably.
I'm sitting next to the cab driver.
You can't sit next to the cab driver.
Sit next to the cab driver in an Uber.
I am. I just opened the door and sat in there.
You can't, it's
Rick
locked.
doesn't care what the normal rules are.
Fuck the law.
As you climb into the passenger seat, Rick, this half-elven gentleman just looks down at you like the Lion, the Witch, and the Audacity.
You really think Rick cares, bud?
You're over capacity already, so don't complain.
I mean, I can hail another cab for you if you need 2 cabs.
Oh, please, we're in such a hurry. I'd really appreciate it if we could just go.
I mean, I generally don't like having people
I'll
up.
pay you double.
Roll me persuasion.
with the help because I helped.
Sure.
Hey.
You see the greedy gleam come into his eye as he's like, all right, all right, all right.
All right, all right.
All right.
All right, all right, all right. Let's do this.
All right. As long as everyone who can put on seatbelts puts on seatbelts, we're all ready to go. If that's all right.
Let's go.
All right. You click on your seatbelts, and he pulls away from the sidewalk and out into the street, not really paying much attention to who might have been coming in oncoming traffic and things like this. He weaves his way through the streets. Blake and Crisis, are you walking to the Adventurers Guild, or are you in
Are
the
they cutting out for anyone else?
No, it's
Yeah.
me. It's me.
Yeah.
It's me.
It's
Hi.
blue.
No, it's my
Oh, they
internet.
don't have anything like this back at
internet connection.
Seeker's Respite, do
Yeah,
they?
no,
How
it's
so?
usually more beasts of burden or magical means.
It's pretty rad.
Yeah.
Think we can get ourselves one of these things?
Absolutely. Hell, if I think if we put the idea towards R&D, they can probably make us one.
Blake and
Breeze, you got these things back where you come from?
Yes.
Blake and Crisis, are you also catching a taxi, or are you walking?
How far is the apartment from where we're at?
That's an awfully good question, God. Where did I buy real estate?
In the outer wall.
A
Okay,
long
so we're going to the
fucking way.
Adventurers. Yeah, we're going to the Avengers chapter house first.
Well, you would have purchased a
I
house
think I
out
was too poor.
No, you would have purchased a house out here somewhere. Probably somewhere in this area of the district. Over here. I can do this.
I don't even know where we are.
Over here somewhere.
Oh, yeah?
Yes. Probably got real estate over here.
Don't you have a car?
Yeah, but it's at the Adventures Guild. I crash it like every other week and they just tow it there.
That makes a lot of sense. All right. Okay.
It is indeed.
We could have all gone together.
Yeah.
Blake, just start walking.
If you're welcome, Crisis, I'm coming with you. I follow along. But I am going to whinge about how much my feet hurt. This is bullshit. Harsey gave me uppies.
I apologize to everybody for the
Uppies,
internet
not just
issues.
tried.
I am endeavoring to do my best about this. I had hoped that I had fixed it. Clearly, I have not fixed the internet problems. So, thank you to everybody who was willing to put up with the instability. So,
On our wonderful journey,
yeah.
where are you from, Crisis?
A place. With
Mm.
people.
Cryptic. What do you do there?
I shoot them.
Uh-huh. How old are you?
Old.
Where'd you learn to shoot?
I picked up a gun and I shot someone.
Very American.
Yes. I don't know what that word means, but yes.
Do you have any brothers or sisters?
I don't think so.
You don't think so? What does that mean?
Well, unless my sperm donor got busy after he had me, who knows?
What's a sperm donor? Are you sick of me asking you questions yet? Would you like to take a
No.
taxi? My feet hurt.
Why didn't we just take a taxi to begin with?
You started walking. I followed you. Are we
Fine,
there
you're
yet?
paying.
Oh, I don't pay for anything in this town. No, okay, yeah. I want to hail a taxi. I'm already over walking, and I feel like Prices is sick of me asking a million questions. And God has abandoned us when we
No.
needed her most.
No, I haven't abandoned you. So you hail a taxi. You manage to eventually hail one down. It does take significantly longer for you to hail down a taxi. But eventually one
Damn it, I should have changed genders.
one begrudgingly pulls up and asks you where it's heading. Where you're heading.
We're going to the Adventurers Guild, good man. We're going to go see a man about a dog.
All right, I can do that for you. Let's go. He waits for you to get in, put your seatbelts on before he peels away. For those ahead, eventually you reach the night.
They're so big on safety here.
They are. Yes, who would have guessed? Seatbelts save lives, people. Eventually you make it to the night captain's residence and you pull up at the gate. Yes, you pull up at the gate. The taxi pulls over to one side, obviously. Rick, when you had gotten into the vehicle, you had heard the faintest hint of a click as the doors had locked. As he pulls up, he stops and waits, looking at you impatiently.
How much?
Double 35 gold.
Come on.
35 gold.
That's not double.
Oh,
It's enough. I hand him 4 platinum.
What? Al?
I get out.
He looks the he looks at the
times.
Yeah, he looks at the platinum like absolutely
No, it's
shocked.
4 platinum, so it's 40 gold.
Yeah.
Asa may know doctors, but he don't know math.
Where's my complimentary water?
Gold is even too much, is what I'm saying. It's okay.
I'm aware.
Complimentary water. You don't get water. This what you think this is?
Poor service, that's what this is.
Hearing that as he's stepping out of the taxi, Haas is like, Rick, get me one of my platinum back. And he keeps walking.
Rick, this guy has his hands in his pockets. You are not getting that platinum back unless you decide to fight him.
Shoot him.
You
Rob-
deserve the...
Take the taxi as collateral.
You deserve the tip.
Have a nice day. I get out, I slam the door.
It's not the
And I
first
just
car
hold-
we've written off this week.
I just hold my gun barrel to the side of the car as he drives off.
Oh.
Jesus Christ!
Keying his car.
You're going to jail.
I was honestly kind of
Oops.
tempted. I was kind of tempted
Didn't
to
realize
just
that was there.
leave the
You
glitter bomb to go
watch.
off so that there's
You-
glitter in his car permanently.
You watch Hasa, Sebastian, Breeze, as there is just the sound of metal on metal grating, as there is a large grey scratch down the side of this bright orange taxi.
You know, Rick, I think I'm starting to like you.
Well, if we see that cab again, we definitely won't be taking that one. Much easier to spot like that.
Indeed. A gesture towards the Titan's residence, shall we?
Okay. You make your way up to the guardhouse where there appears to be a rather large gentleman, close close to 7 feet tall, greyish-looking skin, large ears, full curved tusks, looking at you, kitted out in full plate armor, filling out what appears to be
Dumbo.
filling out what appears to be a crossword in the local paper. As you step up, he takes off his little round copper-rimmed glasses, puts them down on the desk on top of his crossword. Good day, good day. How can I help you?
Harsaruk, Mistweaver, and company
Oh,
here
right.
to...
You're the manager for the Bardstard
Yes.
Sons. Oh, right. Right
Yes.
this way, Mr. Mistweaver. And obviously the rest of your party. Oh, should I say, not party? You're not adventurers.
I'll
I was
follow suit.
informed. If your group of minstrels can follow me. And he hops up, comes out of the...
I flash a slightly irritated look to Sebastian.
He's got like the biggest smirk. He's just looking so fucking like smug with himself.
Yep, we follow.
Okay, you follow. He comes out of the guardhouse, locks up the door, and starts leading you in towards this large manor. Yes, leads you into this large manor. It is very... This house is not like a lot of the Fae houses that you've been in. It has an atypically, at least for you, Rick, it looks very like the houses that you're kind of used to, with plastering on the outside along with brick finishes as well. It looks like it was made by more of the human side of the culture that you're used to. It looks more like a very Tudor-style manor house as opposed to anything that you would deem as Fae. Eventually, he leads you in through the big oak double doors and deposits you in a parlour to one side. As you walk in, you can see that there's lovely sage green suede couches and lounges to sit on, armchairs. All of the oak furniture in here is very nicely polished. The rug under your feet, which is a light grey, is very plush, soft looking. And there's lots of plants and greenery everywhere as he kind of bids you to sit before closing the door behind you as he backs out to go get the night commander, leaving you in this room with lots of very interesting little brass and glass knickknacks, lots of leather-bound books on the bookshelves that are kind of...
Who wants to immediately go snooping?
Oh, Rick's doing that, definitely.
The minute the door clicks shut, you just scatter.
Yeah, no, Hasa takes a seat and waits politely.
Rick is just casually strolling around, hands behind his back, looking at...
Sebastian leans really coolly against a wall.
Okay, you go lean against the wall.
Would you say that this room is within 120 feet of the Adventurers Guild?
No, it is a little bit further than that away.
Okay.
The way this is going, I'm going to have to start recording these ahead of session and actually putting them in as a... if we keep up with these internet problems. This is ridiculous. I'm just looking at it. Okay. We'll see how we go. We'll see how we go.
You just need better internet, Fivehead?
I might just need a better modem, more specifically. We'll see how we go. Hopefully I can get on top of this as much as possible.
Fuck it, we ball takes.
Yeah.
Okay. So, Rick, you start strolling around, having a bit of a look. What exactly are you looking at?
All with the eyes, there's no hands.
Yep, that's fine. So you're making your way over to the bookcases that have lots of knickknacks and things on it?
Yep.
Okay. As you wander over there, Rick, you notice a lot of titles. First of all, what languages do you know?
Not many.
That's not an answer.
Dwarvish, Sylvan, Undercommon, and Common.
Okay. There are a couple of dwarven books here.
And thug.
Thug. Yes, there are a couple of dwarven books here.
He speaks thug.
There are a couple of dwarven books here and things like that. Most of them are pretty standard books on law, order, books that you've also seen in your time at the academy that have to do with general law enforcement and also enforcement of the law. And general rules and whatnot. There are a number in languages that you don't recognise, although having been in this part of the world for a little while now, you recognise it as Sylvan, even if you don't know what they're saying. In the centre of one of the bookcases, kind of where they've got some little knickknacks and treasures and things like this, something grabs your attention that seems to be a propped up brass disc or plate, and carved into this is a symbol that kind of draws you to it. It's a very similar symbol that you've seen. It is a very similar symbol that you've actually seen a number of times within courthouses and whatnot, even back where you're from. It seems to be referred to a lot of the time, kind of similar to like the Lady Justice behind that they usually put behind the judge's chair and things like this. You also know that you have seen it in your time going through the academy as well. This particular symbol, I'm just finding my information on it. I also apologise if you hear swearing in the background.
Not in this good Catholic stream.
Good. It appears to be two interlocked triangles with a line across the centre of it. On the end is an adornment of two spheres, one completely coloured, one completely void of colour. And the only thing that you kind of vaguely know about this is this seems to be a preferred symbol for the concept of order. Something about this bronze disc, you can see that there is lines of text circling around it in a font that you don't understand. It seems to be very glyphic in its writing, but there's something about it, Rick, that just seems to keep drawing you back towards it.
Sit there and study it for a bit.
Roll me a wisdom save.
Not going to touch it.
Yep, roll me a wisdom save. Okay.
Damn, dude, Rick's on fire.
As you stare at it, Rick, you begin to realise your vision seems to be tunneling in towards it. Something about it is just... As you stare at it for a minute, you feel yourself hyperfixating, but also like there are these tendrils that are reaching out towards you. But as this phantom feeling starts brushing over you, you kind of manage to shake it off. It kind of gives you the indication of comfort, but also underneath that comfort, just even though you feel comforted by whatever this symbol is washing over you, you can also feel all the little hairs on your arms and the back of your neck rise like there's something dangerous about it.
A lot of hair.
Hasa, as
He'll back up.
you look over, Hasa, because you do have a slightly higher passive perception, you notice that Rick's tail is about twice the size, and he seems poofier than normal.
Whoa, I don't think you can call him that anymore.
You okay there, Rick?
Yeah, we might just want to stay away from that thing on the shelf there. Just say I'm getting a feeling. Best to avoid it.
Is there like a sheet or a little bit of cloth near it, like a cleaning cloth or anything around? Something I can use to possibly cover it or obscure it?
Nothing that you could possibly obscure it with, no. It seems to be deliberately placed.
No worries.
It seems to be placed in a way that is deliberately behind where visitors would sit, almost like it would be looking over them.
Fair enough.
This, like, now that it's been called attention to, would we all be aware of it?
Oh yeah, you can certainly walk over and look at it. It just looks like a decorative.
I don't want to stare at it. I'm just wondering. Okay, in fact, I don't look at it. Am I familiar with this being used in similar situations back in my court?
Actually, for you, yes, Breeze, you would.
You said the
recognize-
languages on it were kind of weird?
The glyphs on it, the language on it is kind of weird, but Breeze, yes, you would recognize it because your mother has a similar one in her office behind her desk.
Does it make you tell the truth? Is it one of those things?
It depends. If you would have asked questions about it, then yes, you would know that it does have an element about it that does act as a way of making you truthful.
I've been in my mother's office, so I'm sure.
Yeah.
I've been under the effects of whatever it is.
Yes. Effectively, you know it as a symbol of order. And yes, these discs, they use the symbol of order, but the idea is it radiates a zone of truth.
Mm-hmm. I say, well, that'll keep us honest.
Oh.
And I assume everybody knows what I'm talking about, so I don't say anything else.
I cast resistance on myself.
What do you mean?
Oh, it's... You know, I'm sure everybody's parents have one of these in their offices.
Nope.
Okay. It's... basically, you can't really lie in this space.
I am a 12-foot tall purple unicorn.
Yes, but the person, they'll know that you're. Wait, hang on. How does the truth work again?
Zone of truth means that they know if you succeed or fail, but if you fail, you can't willingly lie.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I guess like the captain person can probably activate it and make us all do the wisdom save, type thing.
Yeah.
A point. Okay. But I explain. Yeah, it's basically a zone of truth.
Fair
Presume
enough.
that the captain can activate it when they need to. Luckily, we're just here for a reward, not an interrogation.
We hope.
That would have been real handy back in the old days.
Oh, definitely.
I squint at Hasa because I kind of get where Rick's coming from with his total detective vibe, but I wonder why Hasa would be the zone of truth.
He's a man of mystery.
Okay, Hasa. Yeah.
Okay. So.
Man, I wonder where that night captain is.
Now that I've noticed one odd thing, I guess I just do have a quick glance around. Is there anything else here that reminds me of home or similar things that would be at home? Anything that stands out?
This parlour is very similar to one that your mother has. It is very much a formal reception area where you greet professional guests, not personal ones. It looks nicely put together, but
it's a nice
it's a nicely decorated place, but you can see that there is nothing inherently. The knickknacks are not small enough that they can be pocketed. There's nothing that would be deemed as personal or nice enough that if they went missing, someone would actually be upset by it. It's devoid of like personal touches, basically. The door.
From a mechanical standpoint, are we left waiting for longer than an hour?
No, God, no. I was about to say, as you say this, the door opens and a little halfling woman comes in with a large tray that appears to have a number of cups and a teapot on it, and just a plate of simple biscuits and buns. She kind of looks at all of you, casts an eye over all of you. You watch as her eyebrows raise into her tightly curled white hair as she kind of appraises you. Oh, her lips purse a little bit. She just and heads back out. You assume that was Nancy.
We get called in to be gawked at.
I feel terribly judged. I feel
a little bit, yeah.
Segregation kinks. Everyone add them to your sheet.
So while you guys are waiting there, having a look around the room, you get the impression that you are being kept waiting just long enough. Rick, this is actually something that both Rick, you and Breeze would be aware of this method. You're kept waiting just long enough that you can start to feel the air of impatience.
Cool as a cucumber.
We're playing games, are we?
Knowing that this is just a common tactic, I just sort of go, if people like to be important, it's fine. And I just sort of go back and settle into waiting.
James, you're my hero.
Okay. Oh my god. All right.
Oh, you're my hero.
Okay. As you sit there,
are we kept for more than an hour?
You are not kept for more than an hour. It's maybe you guys were expected to show up after 20 minutes,
59 minutes.
You're kept waiting for maybe 20 minutes to 30 minutes. But just while you're waiting, across the square, outside of the Adventurers Guild, another orange taxi pulls up. The driver, who appears to be a grove tender, he doesn't say much. He's been pretty quiet, pretty hushed. Kind of looks at you, points at the...
Oh, 5 stars.
5 stars? He points.
Oh, I have chatted this fella's ear off the entire way here.
He's just kind of nodded. As you pull up, he points at the counter, where you can see that the cost on the counter is 8 silver.
I slap Blake on the arm and I step out of the car.
8 silver.
8
This
silver.
man is running a riot here.
Damn, I sure would wish for Blake to have been in the previous car.
told you. I know how much taxi prices cost.
Oh yeah, I'm aware. Halsa doesn't care.
So yes, he holds this
I
Grove
would
Tender
like
gentleman
to.
in his little smoker's cap holds out a hand for the 8 silver.
I give this man a high five, and as I jump out the taxi, I go, Bugsy will hook you up. Just go to the Adventures Guild later. Bye. I'm
I'll
gone.
lean over to the driver's window and I'll pay him the 8 silver.
He tips his cap at you before peeling away from the sidewalk as you see Blake's tail disappear into the Adventurers Guild.
Sorry, did you really expect Blake to pay?
I was hoping.
You make your way back up into the Adventurers Guild, where you can see that Blake has made his way up the stairs between the two tables. At this time of the morning, there doesn't seem to be as many people as there were the other day when you came here, Crisis, yesterday. It must be pretty early, so there aren't as many maps and things out on the tables and whatnot, but there do seem to be some people who are here negotiating contracts and whatnot, discussing potential plans and things like that. A few of them seem to kind of like give Blake a wave and whatnot. As Blake, you make your way up to the podium where you can see the captain of the Adventurers Guild.
Jimmy, Frankie, how are you?
You watch as a number of them. There seems to be a rather muscular looking grung standing there, as well as a drow. They kind of just, all of them, a couple of them wave. Every now and then one of them kind of rolls her eyes, looks disgruntled. You get the impression, Crisis, you've been in this place before. You kind of get that feel of rivalry but camaraderie. You can kind of get at a glance who Blake might have annoyed, who might work well with Blake and things like this. As the grizzled looking moth gentleman who's sitting at the podium kind of watches, just kind of shaking his head as he watches Blake approach.
All right, come on, old pop, we gotta talk to Bugsy.
I will trudge after Blake and approach Bugsy.
Oh, all right, Mr. Phoenix. All right, it's early. I've only had
How is my favourite bug-headed friend?
I've
Bug-bodied, I guess. You're sort of bug everything, aren't you?
I have not had enough coffee and or whiskey yet this morning, Mr. Phoenix.
I'll make this quick then for both of us. I'm just here to turn in the paperwork before we head out on to the north.
Oh, right. You've got the...
That's up, in case you were wondering, old man.
You've got the... You were with the Bardstard Sons yesterday, right?
Did we really decide on that name? Crisis?
No, that's not the name we're going by. For right now, we're just going to be determined.
That's even worse.
The T...
No, it's just
D.
to be determined. We'll figure it out later.
You're going to come all the way back here to sign the paperwork again? There's no one here. You can name them whatever they want. They'll never know.
They will know, and then they'll be very upset.
Yeah, but that's a future Crisis problem.
Right, and I try to look out for him as much as I can.
Yeah, but this is current Crisis.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
Future Crisis is a whole nother bag of worms. We can deal with that later.
Nope. Same bag.
Name them the Crisis Crew. You know you want to.
I really don't, actually.
Bugsy, can you put Crisis Crew down?
No, please don't do that. Just to be determined.
TBD.
That is what we will go by for now. We'll figure it out later.
TBD. Adventuring Captain, and you were Crisis, weren't you?
Yes, I am. In fact, don't even do TBD. I don't want anyone misinterpreting the letters. Just to be determined.
The to be determined Captain Crisis. Right. Let me have the paperwork,
Yep,
please.
he's setting the name as to be determined.
Yep, I'll hand over the paperwork.
All right, Captain Crisis. All right. Do you have any dedicated healers in your party?
We can all do a little bit of healing. Need dedicated healers, not particularly.
Do you need adventuring?
Put me down, Bugsy.
All right, healer. Blake.
Do y'all have like a store where we could potentially get a discount for supplies?
Unfortunately, we don't do discount, but we do offer a wonderful range of insurances for health insurance, etc., etc.
Don't buy the insurance. It's a rule.
Of course, you would say that, Mr. Phoenix. You apparently somehow tricked a god into favouring you still.
Yeah, well, the god had good intentions, and I don't, so
And
we
clearly
ball,
poor
Uncle
taste.
Bugsy.
But all right.
Yeah, that's you having a god.
That's because I have skill, Mr. Phoenix. Anyway, so Mr. Phoenix, are you going to be taking them out to the lake today?
We're gonna head that way. I've got to stop by home. Also, thank you for covering the bill on my tow truck and rebuild again. Love you.
I have added it to your tab, Mr. Phoenix. That will be.
Yeah, my tab that I'm definitely going to pay back. Yep.
Yeah. That will actually be 1 platinum and 5 gold for the repairs on the truck. Just signed here on the paperwork to make sure that you're okay with us adding it to your tab.
All right, I'm gonna begrudgingly sign this paperwork, I guess.
I just want to make sure we all understand he's separate from us, right?
I'm already on your paperwork.
No. You volunteered yourself to be the healer for this single excursion. Everything beforehand, like him wrecking his Jeep, that has nothing to do with us.
Oh, yes, he wasn't contracted with
I'd
you.
like to slide Bugsy an extra 10 gold to make them the crisis crew. Just on the down low.
How do you convey to him on the down low what you would like to do?
While I'm signing the paperwork, I would like to slide the paperwork that Crisis handed him on top of it, and start to write Crisis Crew on top of it.
Roll me a sleight of hand.
I'm watching you do this.
Roll me a perception to his sleight of hand.
Oh god,
Oh, fuck.
Oh,
God damn it.
we ball.
Oh no.
The Crisis Crew.
To explain, Mr. Crisis, no, Mr. Phoenix was not part of your crew when he accrued the damage to the Jeep. Now, if you are okay with these terms and conditions, it's just saying that we do take a percentage of whatever you're paid by, at least in this situation. You will be paying, as you are taking this contract for the city, you will be paid by the city. Therefore, we will take 2% of whatever wages you make to cover any taxes you need paid. If you need to spend some time in the hospital off of the offset of this, medical care, the things like that. Just signing the waiver that if anything happens to you or any of your equipment, we are not personally responsible. And allowing us to, if you do not have an account with our banking services, it will open account for your band of adventurers that you can access your money from any location within Fairweir itself. If that's all okay with you, just sign on the dotted line as the captain of the crisis crew and we are ready to go.
Oh, I'm sorry. There must have been a misspelling. It's supposed to be determined.
No, it says right here, the crisis crew, sir.
Right, and that needs to be not the crisis crew. It needs to be determined.
Ah, so you want to be not the crisis crew then?
Right, like we just discussed.
I've already scribbled not in front of it now.
I will put my hand on Blake's face and push away. Can we get a new form for me to fill out real quick? Because apparently he just ruined this one.
All right. You watch as Bugsy crosses it out, scrawls something that looks like determined on it, and turns it around for you to look at and sign.
I want to look in depth to make sure he put it correctly.
It indeed says the to be determined.
As in, he's referring to our party as, quote, the to be determined. That is our name.
You know what? Sign me the fuck up and I will sign the form.
You sign the form. All right. Here's what you need to know. Here is your welcome pack. He slides you a leather folder with a list of numbers and the like you can access within it. It also has a card with a number stamped on it that looks remarkably like a bank card of some description. It does seem to have your number on it. When you're ready, Mr. Crisis, just come in and let us know and we'll stamp your we'll be able to stamp that with your crew's name so that it's determined to you. We do recommend that you sign it as soon as possible so that obviously you can access your monies. Otherwise, you have a good day. Make sure you keep them out of trouble, Mr. Phoenix. He slides your keys across the counter to you. And you'll find your truck parked out the front, Mr. Phoenix. Try not to ruin it at least
I
in the
love it
next
here.
5 minutes.
I make no promises.
Have a good day, Mr. Phoenix.
You too, Bugsy. I hope to be seeing you real soon. Alright, Crisis, you want to go shopping?
You know what? Why not?
Oh, you should see the cutie that works behind the counter.
Hang on. Take a step back. Let's get everyone else, then we'll go shopping.
I cannot wait to tell everyone else how you tried to name them the Crisis Crew and I had to talk you out of it.
Oh man, I'm gonna love that conversation. I am gonna love that conversation so much.
Crisis, roll a perception as you're
God, I
leaving.
love you. We have so much fun.
Crisis, roll me a perception as you're leaving this hall with Crisis. Just roll me a perception.
Okay, 18.
You notice that there are some of the adventurers that are in this room kind of looking at you and kind of sniggering behind their hands and stuff like this.
Yeah.
You get the impression you might have just been taken for a
God
sucker
damn,
somewhere.
it's like I'm working with Boombox again.
So, as you and Blake make your way out to Blake's Jeep, back in the parlor of the Night Captain, eventually you are joined by the Night Captain. Night Captain Clasali Tymitore of House Lilliaecae. As she comes in, she into the room. She's wearing
Damn, she a baddie.
she's wearing this lovely white and gold armor, her hair pulled back in braids, and she kind of looks at you all warmly as she comes through. Oh, I'm terribly sorry. I hope you aren't waiting too long.
Not at all. I barely even noticed. I had such lovely food. Thank you.
Oh, I hope Nancy took care of you.
Yeah, the room just needed to be about 2 degrees warmer.
Oh, I'm so sorry. Oh, I'm so sorry about that. I can get that fixed for you if you'd like. I was hoping that the conversation isn't going to be too long. I'd hate to delay you into looking into what was happening. I do apologise for my delay, however. There was some paperwork this morning in regards to the attacks overnight. I'm terribly sorry. My sources say that you actually got involved in dealing with some of the outbreaks, of which you have my incredible thanks.
We just wish to restore order. Order is so important.
Yep.
Oh,
2 giant birds, some weird cursed unicorn thing, and a giant wildebeest.
Oh. Well, I didn't have necessarily all of that on my report. I'm going to have to make sure I fill that out completely. But I also heard that you had a lot to do with the Sturge attack on the ferry.
Yes, I believe that's the matter for which we were called here.
Yes, actually. From all sources, you were very, very competent in dispatching the perpetrators behind it. So I do have to sit down and, well, to be honest, well, please take a seat. As she realises several of you are standing and she goes to take a seat herself. Now, I realise
Sebastian remains coolly leaning against the wall.
Right. I do need to turn around and say that I really do have a favour to ask of you. I wasn't aware that you were a band and not a group of adventurers, and so I understand that this request might come across as a bit
That was a miscommunication. We are a group.
Yes, we are a musical group.
And adventurers.
And adventurers, both.
Oh, well, that does
Isn't life just more wonderful with a bit of music in it? And adventuring too.
Oh, of course, I can...
Or else there would be no ballads, no great epics. Yes.
Oh, I completely understand. Now, you have me at such a disadvantage to have to ask this of you, as we have sent out several groups of adventurers already, and I am aware that in asking this, I'm asking you to put yourself in grave danger, but perhaps that can be part of the negotiations about recompense. But, well, you seem to be holding your own with some degree of competence against the attacks that have followed whatever is happening up at the lake, that I really feel myself in a position that I must ask, nay, beg, for your help in investigating whatever is going on up there.
Rick looks at his watch.
Yes.
Look, the longer you talk about gasbagging about this, give us the job, and we'll be on our way.
Oh, certainly, certainly. I'm happy to give a substantial amount of gold to whatever undertaking you need. Upon the completion of the task, does 300 gold sound appropriate?
Cut up.
Does
Everyone leans in as it. She's about to say
So,
how much.
Does 300 gold sound appropriate?
So that's 150 now and 150 on completion?
Of course.
As is the way of things, I believe.
Yes, of course.
You cut out again.
Yeah, I'm aware. Yes, of course. 150 now and 150 later.
I look at the others because they're way more experienced than I am.
Is this in addition to or taking into account our previous protection feats that we have achieved?
Surely that must be a separate thing. I believe we're to be offered a separate reward for the Sturges. That's what we were informed.
Oh, yes.
And the birds, and the wildebeest.
Oh, I wasn't under the impression that you were being paid to protect the city at that point, but I was willing to compensate you for the protection of the ferry.
Yes, we were told that you'd be grateful for our protection of the ferry.
Yes, at that time, I was informed that you were not a group of adventurers. You were...
Tymitore. The job which you'd like us to pursue, to our knowledge, has already had 3 other qualified adventuring groups seek out the source of this problem, none of which have returned. And from what I've seen of the economy so far in this city, 300 gold is not much of a reward for putting our lives so gravely in danger to attempt to solve a threat that threatens the entire city. Wouldn't you agree?
Oh, I would completely agree, which is why we've hired a very competent adventuring captain to go with you. The remainder was to go towards paying his fees and insurances, as well as mode of transportation, and to cover any... as well as any expenses needed if you decide to overnight in a tavern or any other place of residence, so that you wouldn't have any expense. Moment.
Sure.
How about we have a 5-minute break, go get a drink, go to the bathroom. I'm going to try and figure this out, and we will be back in 5 minutes.
Woo! Go team!
Woo!
Crisis crew.
Be back in 5 minutes.
Young blood made of gold, a mind you can't control. Running wild, can't come down. My head is in the clouds. Gotta keep this feeling, keep on breathing, even if we're slipping away. So I close my eyes and lose myself now. Do it like it's only today. We got a party for a lifetime. No, we ain't stopping for the sunrise. No, we don't care about the bad nights. For a second I can feel like this. Make me feel like this.
Children used to run and play. Look at all the mess we made. Guess I never know where it went wrong. Sometimes I feel like all that's sad, 'cause viral then people forget. In this crazy world I don't belong. I see fire burning but I close my eyes. I'd rather deny that. Everything is falling out of place. I see trees ripped from the ground but nobody makes a sound. I see fire burning but I'm fine. I am nobody. We are not alone. There's more to life than this. Show me what you know. Take me to that place. I'm stuck within these walls. I need a quick escape. You know where I can go. Take me to that place.
Okay. Hopefully, I'd like to say
Yeah, no.
hopefully it's going to be better, but I don't think it is.
Well,
Elimination
Well,
campaign.
I will try to get back on. I will try and figure this out for next week. I hope. I apologize to everybody for the insane amount of delay. I am sorry for every. I apologize for every time the video has restarted or whatnot. The stream has restarted. I have no idea what's going on. I'm hoping that I can get on top of it. It might be a case if I have to replace my modem. I'm not 100% sure exactly what is going on. So I do apologize for that. Worst case scenario, I don't want to have to pre-record stuff so we can put it up. I don't want that to be the case. But I completely understand if you do not want to watch it in bits and pieces and really shoddily put together right now. You will be able to watch the whole video that has been pieced together over on my YouTube channel by Monday. If you don't want to try and sit through the sheer ridiculousness that is what it is right now. So I do apologize for that. So...
Are you talking to us or the audience? Because on my screen we're still in the video, like the.
That's how bad
the
the delay.
intro thing.
That is how bad the delay is. Because I've got it open on my thing, which they'll get this in a minute, right? But yeah, no, this is how bad the delay is.
It's crazy that yours is like a minute plus delay. My stream runs like a 5 to 10 second delay.
It shouldn't be like a minute delay. That's the thing.
I'd be having a
Oh
look at
wow,
all
no,
the
yeah,
actual
there's
things.
the apology coming up now.
Yep. What was your recommendation of that, Uzu?
When we'll go through it after, I'll read you out some of my settings. I know my computer's probably a little bit stronger, but I'll read you out my settings for upload and download.
Yeah, because this is ridiculous. There
Because
should...
what you may be doing is actually It seems when you swap screens, it's when you start to see your delays. You may not be actually having internet problems. You may be having actual encoding problems with the PC.
And that's what I'm wondering. I wonder...
But fuck it, we ball. Let's go.
Give me 1 second. I don't know if this is going to fix anything.
Tell everybody Crisis is on his way. New friends and new business to meet.
We'll see how that works. I don't know if this is going to fix anything, but we'll see. I turned off the disconnection thing. See if that actually... Because that uses encoding, so who knows. All right.
You've cleared up your voice massively.
It does sound better.
Yeah, well, my Discord, my ping is all over the
Excuse
place
me,
with
mate.
Discord.
I'm flirting here.
Yes, my ping
wait
is
your
all over
turn.
the place with my Discord.
Oh, I didn't realise this was
So, anyway, we are back. We did just briefly touch over the fact that what she had said was that while they will be receiving 300 gold, the remainder of it was going towards hiring Blake's fees, and any of their actual fees for going out to the lake. So that would be rations, that would be any fuel needed for the Jeep, and the like. So, yes. Which I believe
and
that's
I was going to argue that point.
You wanted to argue that point?
Well, yeah.
Yeah, go ahead. We'll pick up right after she had finished explaining where the additional cost was going.
Well, Blake hasn't been hired on by our group. He's been hired on by the city. So I don't believe it's right for you to pass on part of our reward to pay for fees for an additional mercenary that you hired, not that we hired. And in terms of the extra expenses, if we were paid the fair amount, you wouldn't have to pay for extra expenses because, well, we would have been paid properly and been able to take care of them ourselves. And while not to throw Blake under the proverbial bus or taxi, so far they've been perhaps a bit more of a liability, having already totaled their car and run over poor Harsey here.
I wasn't driving.
You're not there.
Which would mean that the extra expenses that we are owed are now going towards mistakes in his totaled car instead of us being properly compensated for our work.
Oh, did you not want us to hire an actual cleric healer?
No, if you wish.
We just
there
thought,
are members
considering
of our
the
group
we just
who
thought
are
that considering the
capable of
dangers,
taking care of themselves.
we just thought that considering the dangers, it might be important to have somebody who might be blessed by the church. I mean, clerics are incredibly hard to find these days, and I mean, Mr. Phoenix isn't necessarily high on our list, but he is what we have available right now.
And if you wish to hire him on to complete this job, that is your choice, but I ask you not pass on the fees to us.
From my understanding, you're a relatively newly registered adventuring group as well. Is that not the standard rate per adventurer at a low-level guild?
will look to the rest of the group, but will say for themselves, well, I'm what you might call an independent contractor at this stage. I don't know if my friends here have decided to join on with that organization.
I feel like the point is being missed here. It is not that we're arguing over how much you spent on it. It is that we did not request it. It was given, and we should not then have to pay for something that was not requested.
You're right. I am incredibly sorry about the presumption. I can cancel the contract with Mr. Blake if you'd like, and any ongoing fees and whatnot going forward, I can definitely arrange for you to be paid the full amount and allow you to go off on your own.
And as I said at the beginning, the full amount, I don't believe, is proper compensation for the relative importance and danger level of the job that you're asking us to do.
I'm incredibly sorry. What would you think is appropriate to ask a new group of adventurers that we were concerned about? So we were taking measures to make sure that you would be relatively watched over and safe by hiring adequate protection to make sure that you're not completely going in blind. Do you feel
simple
like we
increase
have not
of
shown
a couple hundred gold should suffice?
Do you feel not that the city has not shown appropriate consideration for your relatively new status and your personal safety?
Ma'am, you are hiring us for this job. We have not requested all of this extra assistance. We were informed that we would be rewarded for our work on the ferry, and as we have arrived here, you have asked us to complete a job for you. I am simply requesting that if you're going to
apologize. I don't exactly understand what's going on here. You are correct. I have asked you for your aid and offered compensation, but now I feel like I'm being extorted. I'm being told that apparently the amount of compensation is not adequate, and therefore I should be offering you more, that sending protection with you and taking measures to make sure that your group is going to go in under the best circumstances and protected and fed and given vehicular aid and materials, as well as access to certain discounts for certain things within, that you might need to make sure that you're going in at the best possible capacity. Is that not appropriate?
So to clarify... Sorry, go ahead, Bruce.
I was Sebastian, perhaps that I know that you know how great our skill is, and I think anybody who's ever worked with us or seen our work knows how great it is. But this is our first job in the city. Perhaps we should do this as a proof of our worth, and of course in the future we will be more appropriately compensated.
And to clarify the specifications of what you're saying, Knight Captain, you're saying that the 300 is separate, however, in exchange for not raising any more of that compensation. You are instead taking care of any additional fees like travel expenses, accommodations, things like that.
Exactly, so you
that
wouldn't
is what
have to
you're
pay
clarifying?
for any of those things.
Right.
The reward
Which
money would have been...
would mean... Yes, the reward money would be profit, not having to be immediately spent on such things.
I apologize if this is not the way that things are done. I'm not usually in the principle of actually dealing with the adventurers themselves. I usually leave it up to Bug, but I had thought that, considering your aid on the ferry, it would be, well, the politest thing to do to thank you personally for the services you have already rendered to Corkwood.
And we are most grateful for that. I will leave it up to our manager, but I personally believe we can do this at the price offered as a proof.
Communication, I am a little more comfortable accepting this. I would like one additional amendment, a small thing, if that is okay with you.
Certainly. What kind of amendment are you looking at?
Well, it's just a previous section of this conversation made me think. Might I request that in future you perhaps avoid immediately assuming that any automaton-related creatures are soulless?
Hello?
Less a business transaction and more of a request.
I'm sorry. I didn't mean to offend any of your associates. It's just that there are ways, essentially, that we have to relate to the automaton and how to differentiate them from golem and construct kind, unfortunately. At least within the terms of the
Understood.
law. I
Very
don't
well.
mean any offence by it.
I understand. Well, if we have come to an arrangement, I believe we will take you up on that, unless you have any further queries, concerns, or complaints, Sebastian?
No, just thought I'd point it out.
Very well.
Manager.
We will take the prerequisite advance, and then we will go track down our small Draken friend who has snuck out, and get right to it.
Of course. If you'll wait here for a moment, I'll go to my office and get the required money for you. And she gets up and she walks out.
That's our office.
No, this is not her office. This is where she
She
meets
walks around her desk.
This is her receiving room. This is her...
Yes, she goes to her office.
Ooh.
This is
She-
the
Hey,
foyer.
more.
She does
I
disappear.
love a good receiving room.
She does disappear, leaving you there as she goes to get the 300 gold she has promised you.
As she leaves, I wait a few seconds before turning and just... I apologize, Sebastian. Originally I was with you, but after clarification I understand that that's probably a little on the nose for us to ask for more.
Well, I'm honest. If I have to be honest here, I don't actually care about how much we're paid. It's more doing it for you guys, since she is sending us or asking us to take on a job that's incredibly important to the city, that has already possibly claimed the lives of quite a few other adventurers for less than I think you're all worth.
I
Well.
appreciate your faith in us, but this is really technically my first ever adventure. I don't really
That
feel like
is
I am. worth
True,
more.
but just because it's your first adventure doesn't mean that she's not ripping you off.
I
She's
know,
taking advantage of your lack of knowledge in
I
order
suppose
to
it...
pay you
wanted to
nothing
leave.
and send you on a suicide mission.
I just desperately want to leave this room. It makes me anxious for some reason. Something about
Yeah,
it.
I'm also in a bit of, like, I feel like we could get going soon. The longer we're here, the more time more creatures have to show up.
I feel like I'm being sucked slowly into the carpet, and then I'll become part of the tapestry, and then I'll be just sitting there, banging my hands at it, looking up at people, saying, "Help me, let me out, please." Doesn't everybody else feel that way?
Hey, Breeze, try this, and I'll hand her my bottle of rum.
You take the hugest swig of rum.
Better?
A little, yes.
Right.
And while I don't mind the company of Blake, it is a bit like somebody taking you out on a date and then buying you a bottle of wine, or saying that they bought you a bottle of wine that you didn't ask for, and then diving on the bill.
Yeah, I suppose that does make sense, but to be fair, it is basically a different form of compensation. They understand the risk, which is why they are paying for protection.
Well, if they think us so incompetent of taking on the job, why are they asking us?
It is a fair point. But to be fair, we don't really have any frame of reference to see if this is overcharging or undercharging. We haven't had any other jobs here, so for all we know, this is a very high reward.
I side-eye you and say, well, with the cost of taxes in the city, I doubt that. But anyway.
I know, right? It's
Yes.
it's jumped up
If
quite a
we-
lot since the last time I was here.
If we take that little expense into account, then apparently she's paid us in 5 taxi rides, which is, I don't know if I would risk the life of myself and brand new companions on 5 taxi rides.
True. Fair enough. Well, it sounds like Rick is done in the bathroom, so let's go find him when we have the coin.
And then I wait in silence because I'm scared that if I say anything else, she'll never come back for her to come back.
Sorry, I really need to go. It just
Yep,
kept
we're
going
just
on
waiting
and
on the coin.
Sorry, 300 gold within for the ferry and your prepayment.
Understood. The previous reward and the advance, and then the remaining 150 to be determined upon returning.
Yes.
To be determined. That has a ring to it.
It does, doesn't it? All right. Thank you very much. Pleasure organizing business with you. We will see you back when we complete the job.
Good day, Captain.
You have my deepest luck with you.
I was kind of concerned she was going to say condolences. Like,
Can I
jeez,
insight check
like
her?
underestimating.
Yeah, you can insight check
Is she genuinely scared for us? Yeah. Insight. Nail this insight check. Nail it. That's what I say before I roll a natural one.
And don't say it.
Yeah, no, she does seem legitimately concerned. She does seem a bit anxious.
I leave.
I have that effect. It's Sebastian's calm and collected demeanor that throws people off, you know?
The Crocs.
Yeah, it's just the Crocs. She's just terrified of the Crocs.
As you make your way out outside onto the sidewalk, you know, it's taken a little bit
You
of
see
time.
Rick stepping out of a portaloo.
No, Rick had already come back in after going to the bathroom. But across the road, you
Come back
do
in the
see.
room.
Across the road, you do see the floofy double tail slide in through the window of a Jeep that looks very familiar across the square.
A gun, and I round and get in the front.
Oh, you bolt across.
All right.
I'm
You
already in the
bolt
front seat.
across the square.
Oh.
You jump through the window and you land in
Through the window,
Crisis's lap.
Yes, and then I say, "Oh, I'm sorry, Crisis, I didn't see you there."
Good morning to you too.
Yeah, that a lot.
And I sheepishly crawl through the 2 seats into the back.
You get a face full
All right,
of
get in, losers.
skirt.
We're going shopping.
You get a face full of petticoats and skirt as Breeze climbs through. Yes, the Jeep
Alright,
stops to allow you all in.
Yep. Once we're all collected, I will hand out the split for the Sturge thing. So it was 150 between Breeze, Hasa, Sebastian, and Rick.
Yes.
And they forgot about Bow.
Well, you've got Gladys's 50 too.
Oh, damn it.
I lean over to Crisis and I say, "Why aren't you getting paid?"
Go fuck yourself. That's why.
Crisis, Bao isn't here to collect their payments, so you can just have it, and I'll pass you 30 gold.
All right.
All right, you can
For
go
those
fuck
who
yourself.
die last.
But then if Bow comes back, you'll, of course, give them their money back.
I will give Bao money if they return.
When they return.
When
Yeah,
they
you guys are really skeptical about this kitty cat returning.
You know what cats are like.
right.
He'll
Okay.
be back.
Rick
Are,
climbs
are
in
we
the
all
back.
ready
of
to
the
like hit
Let's
the
go.
road, or do
Yes.
we need a
Yeah, I need to stop at home, and I'll be like 10 seconds. I've got to run in, run out. But then we are good to just go.
Let's
While
go.
We're right
he-
across from like
Well-
the general store, right?
I
We
don't
need
need
to
anything for
go.
the shop.
We need to go back to the inn so I can grab my stuff.
Oh come on! You didn't bring it with you.
No, I didn't bring my 200-pound backpack with me on a simple errand.
We go and
Yeah,
pick
but
up
your
all our stuff.
bag.
I feel like it was organized that we were going right after this. Like,
It wasn't.
We
It's
use the story
okay.
points.
You drive. It's okay. You drive around town. You pick up everything that everyone needs to pick up.
While he's in his apartment, I do adjust his radio and put on like some good tunes.
adjust
Well,
his
Adjust
chair
his
back
radio.
so it
Did you
feels
just assume that
uncomfortable.
I don't listen to good tunes?
Yes.
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 Wow.
I
Everyone.
also have stuff I want to do at the Billy Goat. Either way,
Such as.
I'll keep it brief. It's just concerning Bao.
Okay. So we go back to the Billy Goat Tavern.
Mhm.
And I'm assuming the others are going to stay in the car as you run in to get your stuff and
Yes.
hand over the keys back to
Yes.
Vyman. All right. You head in.
Yeah, I'll hand in everybody's keys and grab my stuff, and then I'll talk to Mothman.
Yep.
Oh, man.
Mothman.
Vyman, we're heading out. I believe hopefully you remember one of our companions, Bao.
I think I vaguely do. The weird hairless cat guy.
The weird hairless cat guy. I'd just like to leave him a little note saying where we're going and where he can find us, should he find his way back here.
Well, I can certainly hold on to it for you if he comes back this way.
And I'll leave you my ethereal connect number so that you can shoot me a call should he pop by.
Yeah, no problem. Just write it on the bottom of the note and I'll keep it to one side and make sure he gets it.
Will do. Do you need any compensation for this? Since it's a personal favor and not a requirement of yours.
Oh, nah, it's absolutely fine. And a friend of Hars's is a friend of ours, so...
Well, thank you very much.
Alright, well, good
Good
luck.
note. That would be my ride.
That
Alright,
was
give them-
loud.
No, it was very loud.
It was.
Scared the poop out of
Accurate.
me.
I'm glad I've lost more of my hearing. Yep, so note, phone number, the instructions. Grab my stuff.
Yep.
And
I'll grab a
open the
walk you
car.
down.
Grab a what?
I'll walk you down. It's a drink that you buy in a pub and then you take outside with you to the next place.
You mean a
Oh.
roadie? A roadie, champion?
Okay, a roadie then.
Well,
Do a
What
quick
did you
shoey.
call that?
A
A
walkie.
walking down. I'm going to use that from now on, as much as I hate it. It's just...
Don't use it then, use roadie.
Anyways.
Anyway.
Can real quick. In fact, we don't even need to do this. Can I just stop by a weapon shop and buy some bullets, some rope, and a healer's kit?
Okay, first of all, they are all different shops.
Oh fuck.
Yes or no, Tegan? Yes or no?
Well,
No, just yes and.
well, I can tell you right now
No,
from...
but they're all right next to each other, right?
I've
actually,
already
two of
got a
them.
healer's kit, so all he needs to get is
So do I.
bullets.
I'm a walking healer's kit.
Okay,
Is it possible to go to these stores within the time that we want to leave?
okay, so you stop by Blake's house. Blake, you pick up what you need to pick up. Right? Yes? No? Maybe?
Bet.
Bet.
We're done.
Okay.
Yes.
On your way out of town, this way, out on this road, actually, it'd be heading up to this road, but you would, because that's heading in the direction you need, I am happy for you to stop and pull over here.
Well, isn't that like right near my house?
Your house is like in here somewhere. So yes, it is nearby your house. So you stop.
Yeah, like it's the next street over.
Yes. You stop, you pick up...
2 birds, 1 stone.
You pick up the stuff that you need to pick up, Crisis. In the 2 separate shops there. You go to Cathal Battle Prep for some ammunition. I believe you said you wanted to get. Yes?
Yes.
Yes? And then you go to Alice Goods and Trade to get rope and a first aid kit.
Instead of a healer's kit, well, since apparently we already have 2 of them, can I have a... Do they have a climbing kit?
Yeah, you can pick up stuff, a climbing kit, I suppose. So,
how much would that go for?
Well, no, sorry, to clarify, I have a medical kit, which is apparently different.
Okay, then I will get a healer's kit then.
I still have a healer's kit.
I will point out, generally a healer's kit and a medical kit are the same thing. There are different varying degrees, though.
Okay, that's fine.
Okay.
Climbing kit at this, and 30 rounds of bullets. I just need to know how much it costs.
Okay. A climbing kit. Give me 1 second.
Got that sheet.
Climbing kit doodad.
A doodad.
And some rope.
Rick went with him and got a revolver and some extra rounds as well.
Yeah, you can do that.
So hopefully Hasa got anything that he needed to fix my EC.
Crisis, as you were...
Arthur did that on the taxi ride over.
Crisis, as you were reaching into your pocket to purchase the climber's kit, which will cost you 25 gold, you went to shove your hand into your pocket when you felt something rummaging around in there before a gold-coloured rat races off and you find yourself with an additional 10 gold.
Okay.
Thanks, Scotty. You have been visited by the coin
Thank
rat.
God, I love you, Scotty Too Hottie. You get me so freaked up.
So yes, Crisis, you managed to be gifted by the coin rat just as you're paying. For 25 gold for the climber's kit. So, rope is rope. So, well.
And the rope?
The rope, I believe... Oh god, you're asking me questions now. Are we going hemp rope, silk rope? What are we going? Are we going, thinking...
Just some rope I could use to climb with if I need to.
Are we talking professional grade climbing rope or just hemp rope?
Hemp rope, just for simplicity.
Okay, it's a gold. So 26 in total.
Okay. And then 30 rounds of bullets.
I will have to get back to you on that one after session because I have to check the document.
Okay.
As you go to lay down the 10 of the gold that you were just given by the coin rat races past and steals it out of your hand. Why are you like this?
What's it for, Crisis? What type of bullet?
There you
This
go.
is why we can't have nice things.
Okay, so you pay your
What
26 gold for your climbing kit and
What
your
type of
hemp and
bullet?
rope. What type of bullet are you looking for?
Rifle.
What's your
ammo.
damage? Yeah, 1d4, 1d8, 1d10, 1d6.
What does your rifle do?
Oh, Rick, you're very quiet for me. It does 1d10.
That's 2 gold per 20.
Oh, okay, cool. Oh, fuck, 2 gold per 20. Shit, then I'll do the math. Okay, myself.
Yeah,
I won't
this is why I said we'll just do it after session.
Okay.
Why is the rum always gone?
Why is the rum always gone? It's a solid question.
Yes, are you necking the rum in the back seat of the car and just trying to calm down after the events you...
Well, the question is, does she move to the front seat? There's no one in it now.
Oh, yeah, I would have told Breeze, hey, you can have the front seat now.
Crassus is a gentleman. And a scholar, I do say.
Well, she also called dibs after she found out I was here, so it naturally goes to her.
May is currently
No.
busy falling into the floor.
Oh.
No,
We
can't.
cannot.
You are not even transmitting.
See, it's the
Are
internet.
you pushing the push to talk?
She just leaves in a fit of
See?
rage.
This is the problem. The internet in general is just.
Okay, Boomer.
Hello.
Hello.
I be heard.
Yes.
Hey.
Yep.
Because I was talking about what I was. Yeah. No, I necked a few bits. I swigged a few bits of rum back at the office, but then now that when I got out, I thought I was okay. So I'm sipping it now and sort of singing under my breath to the songs that are playing. And yes, I will steal the front seat.
Okay. So you sit there.
Who's driving?
I believe.
Oh, if you think any of you motherfuckers are driving this again after the whole Risk fiasco.
So Blake's driving?
I believe so.
Hey, Blake.
Yeah.
Mind if I give this thing a whirl once we get on the open road?
Are you gonna crash it into a wildebeest and or harsher?
Are wildebeests common to find lining the road?
Not necessarily, but it was also...
Then I would assume not.
Okay. I'm convinced.
Right.
But let's get this show on the road, alright.
Okay. You all get in the car. You all put. Well, Sebastian's already got his sunglasses on, but you all put on your sunglasses. And you start up the road trip music. As you start.
Apparently, yeah, Breeze's road trip.
Yep, Breeze's road trips, a special mixtape. As you make your way on the track out of town, heading northeasterly-ish. So, you make your way out into the wilderness of the Spring Court. For you, Crisis and Rick, this is a strange landscape. It is a candy-coloured mix of colours and like the colours of trees. The leaves on the trees of this area are insane. The number of flowers that are absolutely everywhere. It's very lush and green and mossy and just glowing ethereal lights everywhere under the gentle lilac sky as you're heading out midday. Blake, roll me a vehicle handling check.
Oh god, here we go. Remember when I had a car? Wow, what's vehicle handling under?
It should be on your proficiencies on your left-hand side under your passive perception area. You should just be able to click it.
Negative. It's not there. It
Yeah,
should
tool
be.
proficiencies and stuff aren't automatically added usually,
Let's have a look.
or at least a large amount of the time.
I have nailed that one, team. God should just not allow me to roll and we continue on smoothly.
You would like that, wouldn't you?
I would love that personally.
What is the associated attribute you're asking him to roll with?
It'll be dexterity.
So just pick a dexterity-based skill that you have proficiency in.
You can actually add it on the side there.
Would it be dexterity to drive a car?
Yeah.
Well, it's acrobatics now, team.
That way we can just... That is technically the roll, and we can keep going.
Yep. There we go.
No, I wasn't shooting.
Shoot the tires up.
Okay. Blake, you're kind of swerving over all over the road. It's a bit of a rough ride for those of you who have been in vehicles before, which Rick, Crisis, you have actually been in vehicles before. Actually, most of you have been in vehicles before. Something about the way Blake drives, just his general chaotic nature that you've driven with him. He seems to find the center of every single pothole and kind of bounce all around the place. But it's an okay ride. You don't inherently crash. But it's certainly not the smoothest ride you've ever
never
had.
actually sit a test.
Do you say that
like
out
that
loud
put on
to them?
record. I mumble it under my breath when I see that they're displeased with my driving.
Yeah, Blake, how about I take that turn then, yeah? You're doing great, though, by the way. Stellar job, but...
Yeah, I take this as a good opportunity. I'm going to ruffle through my bag. I got a present for Rick.
I'm at the back.
Can't really. I pull over and I just swap seats. I move in behind Breeze. I'm imagining that's where Sebastian was sitting.
Okay, you pull over for a momentary break after you've been driving a little way. For everyone to kind of stretch their legs, so you pull over for a bit. Okay.
Hey, where's my promised grenade?
Oh, hold on. I'm going through my bag now, guys. I was driving. Can't do two things at once. I can only really poorly do one thing at once at the moment. Can't spread myself too thin. So I want to rummage through my bag, and some of the items I got from home, I imagine I've got some sort of explosives that Bugs does not enjoy knowing that I have.
Okay.
And a really nice bottle of liquor that I acquired on my travels somewhere. I'd like to give that to Rick to apologise for being an absolute piece of shit.
Okay.
Because
It's right. You hang on to it because I totaled your Jeep.
how about we share it? And you hold on to it for now. And I give it to Rick because I don't really need alcohol at this point in time. Sorry, I've been distracted by the map.
You get handed a bottle of... It looks pretty expensive, Rick, by the way, this bottle of liquor.
I'll put it in my little satchel.
Are we this moving thing over on the right?
Yeah, it's... Yes, we're that thing.
Oh, I love that for us.
So
Sorry,
yeah.
you've got my undivided attention now. I've handed off alcohol. I've handed off. What sort of did I have explosives or?
I will allow you to have a
I
total of
imagine I accrue a
3.
lot of shit that I probably should not have.
I will allow you to have 3 that you can hand off.
Mini nuke grenade.
So 3 rocket launchers. I'm adding that to inventory.
Not rocket launchers. You're allowed the explosives, not the entire weapon.
We still good to trade, Crisis?
Yeah. I'll give him both the smoke bombs for all of the grenades.
Oh, deal. I'm going to have way more fun with smoke bombs than I am these grenades. And also
I'm
my
gonna look over the grenades and make sure they're not like...
Do you need these pins?
Oh, for God's sake.
Just Josh. I'm just pulling your leg. I'm just joshing.
Yeah, making sure they're not duds or anything like that.
They roll me an investigation just as you look them over. Okay.
There's some quality grenades.
As you look them over, there doesn't appear to be anything inherently wrong with them. They appear to be in perfect working condition. The pin seems to be in. They seem to be untampered with. They are probably not the newest of regulation, maybe 5 or so years old. But apart from that, they should function as they're supposed to.
I kept them in my sock drawer in case anyone tried to steal my socks.
Okay. All right. Deal's a deal.
All right. Pleasure doing business with you, partner.
Hey, Boo. Can I use borrowed knowledge to temporarily gain vehicle handling? Whatever the skill is.
I mean, it is
It's a tool proficiency, so
Yeah, it's a tool proficiency, not a... Like, you could have the knowledge to be
Depends
able
on
to
the
do
spell.
it, but if you... What are you trying to
Borrowed
do?
knowledge. Cast the spell borrowed knowledge to gain proficiency in driving a vehicle.
Does it work on... I thought it was just in reference to skill proficiencies, not tool proficiencies.
Yeah, it says choose one skill in which you lack proficiency.
Skill, not... I think driving... Give me a second here.
It should work because basically you're borrowing the knowledge of someone else. Say you learn the knowledge of how to use a woodworking tool, or borrow the knowledge to that sort of stuff.
Yeah, because I feel like I feel like the difference between like driving a car and like having all of the like knowledge of like a smithy is very different. Because it's like all I'm really doing is like learning how to push a pedal and turn a wheel.
I really feel like you're oversimplifying driving.
I mean, I've been driving. That's all I have to do.
To a degree,
Okay,
yeah.
so there are distinct differences between tool, weapon, armor, language, and skill proficiencies. If it says skills, then it's only referring to the skill set on your list.
Well, that is why I'm asking Boo.
Yeah. In this circumstance, it's up to you, Tegan.
Moment to clarify some ruling here, so bear with me, please.
Or
Rar.
That is why I asked for more rum.
You better not have drunk all my rum.
I just got us more liquor.
Hey, it's been a long road trip.
She
I only
probably drank
had
too
one
much rum and is
bottle.
now like passed out against the window.
Yeah. That was the
But
good shit too. That was the highest proof I could purchase.
No, I didn't drink all your rum.
We've been on the road for 30 minutes and she's already smashed, and people are like, man, this is the worst road trip ever.
Here's the question: are you white girl wasted, or are you like
Don't gaslight
sad
girl,
drunk, or?
No, she's not. She's not wasted. It's just to get rid of the anxiety that she was feeling, and then hands it back to you.
How well can Breeze hold her liquor?
Why
She
is
was pretty
Breeze
well the other night.
anxious?
Does Breeze have a
Because she
liquor
felt like she
license?
was- She thought that she was just, I don't know, she just was feeling like these threads trapping her and like she was never going to escape. She was just feeling anxious. But she's on the road now and everything's okay.
On the road again.
Maybe.
Vehicle proficiency is considered a tool proficiency. Borrowed knowledge, as written, as by indicated how it's supposed to be used via Strixhaven, it is only to be used on skill proficiencies, in terms of learning, for example, particular spell slots, yada yada yada, and those kind of based skill things that somebody in the party might not have. It is very situational. It is not to be applied to physical tool or weapon skills. So, tool or weapon proficiency, should I say. It is, according to a large consensus, it is literally, borrowed knowledge is literally to apply to the list that you would define as skills.
So, no.
No, you wouldn't be able to do it to learn how to drive a car, because while I think the distinction there is, while borrowed knowledge could give you the knowledge on how to drive a car, there is still a physical level. Like you could read every rule book and manual on how to drive a car, but you don't actually know how to drive a car until you've physically done the hours. And that's part of when you get your license, why you have to do an amount of physical driving practice as well. So I think that's
that's fine.
I guess you'd look at it like
No, it's okay.
opposed to someone who can just drive a car as opposed to someone who races a car professionally.
Yeah, I'm not arguing. I was just
all good.
It was just a question, just in case.
No, all good.
I guess second question is, its governing skill is dexterity.
Yep.
Okay. Can I get the help action from Blake?
Yeah, I want to teach you how to drive.
Okay.
Let's do this.
Just that pedal go, that pedal stop, and don't crash us.
Okay.
Yeah, there's not much to hit out here in the open field.
Okay, so
we do a mockery wildebeest check.
Okay, Blake. So you try to. So Blake, you get in the back. You get into the next row of seats behind Sebastian after Sebastian's asked you to teach him how to drive a car.
We've got this. Sebastian's smart and capable. We can do this.
All right, everybody ready?
Wow, don't everyone sound off in confidence at once.
It's hard to talk when you're taking a big sip.
I feel like Breeze and Rick are passing.
Will in the back seat.
Breeze and Rick are passing the bottle back amongst themselves. Okay. Roll the dexterity.
Let's do this.
You've got this. I have nothing but faith.
Roll the dexterity with advantage because Blake is advising. Yes.
Oh, my man can drive. Natural.
You're actually driving better than Blake right now. Maybe because you're being ultra cautious because this is one of the first times driving a car, so you might be taking it a little slower.
Oh, Sebastian's no. I'd say definitely Sebastian's immediately jumping into reckless driving and just being like, let's see how far we can push this baby and just go down.
Okay.
We're gonna die.
But 22, that's pretty good.
Yeah, 22, you're driving pretty well. You are impressed, Blake, with the skills shown by this
Is there
gentleman.
nothing that this redheaded can't do? So if he's got this all sorted, I lean over, check on Breeze, make sure she's all right, and I'm turning around and talking to the lads in the back now.
Sebastian's just leaning back. He's got one arm on the wheel, sunglasses on, window open with it flowing through his hair.
It's his hot boy summer.
Yeah.
Okay, so Breeze, you're still in the front passenger seat, I'm assuming?
Yes.
Yes. You've had several drinks at this point, so you're feeling kind of.
I did say I don't know if you were. I did say I stopped drinking.
Okay, you've stopped drinking, so you're.
Yes.
Are you paying
I
attention?
All of Haas's good whiskeys.
Okay.
Right,
Are you looking out the window, or are you paying attention to the conversation happening in the back seat now that Blake is instigating?
Can I do both?
You may do both. So, I will get you to roll me a perception, though, as you're looking out the window.
What kind of Jeep is this? Is this one of those open top Jeeps, or is this fully enclosed?
It's the Jurassic Park Jeep.
It's fully.
I mean,
enclosed.
the Dinosaur Wonder Park Jeep.
If you need an actual specific relative brand kind of connecting it to, I believe it's a Ford Wrangler. I think. Nope, not Ford Wrangler because Wrangler is Jeep. The actual car
Ford. Jeez.
It is a Ford.
Yeah,
though,
no,
I
we
know
don't
that
drive
much.
Fords here.
I know it.
Damn, we do drive Fords. God's spoken.
In the
Yeah,
novel,
it's the little 8.6.
in the novel, they were Toyota Land Cruisers. However, yes, so they were Toyota Land Cruisers. However, in the film version, they were 1992 Ford Explorer XLTs. So there you go.
Oh no, we take the Land Cruisers.
Okay, you can be a Land Cruiser. So yes, Breeze, you are looking out the window. As you're listening to this conversation, you're able to follow what they're saying in the backseat pretty easily over the music. But out the window, you do start to notice amongst the trees, there seems to be, considering this is a very bright, colourful landscape, you start to notice that there are large patches of brown in amongst all of the trees. Like slow-moving boulders amongst the trees. And it takes you a minute for your eyes to adjust looking into the shadows before you realise that there is a small herd of about 3 or 4 ankylosauruses just meandering along next to the road. I'm not doing that! But Blake, you started a conversation.
Okay?
You traveling
They look
bird.
okay. They do.
They don't look corrupted or anything.
They don't look corrupted. They seem relaxed. They don't seem bothered by the car coming through. But Blake, you started a conversation in the backseat.
Guys, you were never gonna believe what Crisis tried to call you guys.
Oh no, not this shit. I didn't do that.
You did. 100%.
Okay. Look me in my eye of eyes. I was
Damn,
gonna say
that's-
Hassa, but you're kind of wasted right now. Rick. Look me in the eye and tell me, do I look like the type of idiot who would name us the Crisis Crew?
Why do you know the name then if it wasn't your idea?
Because you said it like 5 times. You even changed the paperwork.
That doesn't sound like something I could do.
You know what? You're right. I don't believe you have the ability to write, yet you somehow proved me wrong.
Oh, this is a lot coming from the Crisis Crew's leader. Eh?
We're not the Crisis Crews.
Well, that's because I talked you out of it.
No, you didn't.
Breeze, would you believe that I would do such a thing? I genuinely stopped this man.
I wasn't listening. She was, but she's pretending. Sorry, what?
Crisis tried to name everyone the Crisis Crew, and now he's turning it around on me.
The name Crisis.
If I wouldn't let us be named the Bardstard Sons, why would I name us the Crisis Crew?
Wanted all the glory? Yeah,
No.
who tried to put you in charge? You took your opportunity. You didn't like the name, you took the opportunity.
Because besides you, I'm the only one here with adventuring experience.
Blake, are you working on another tale?
Maybe? Possibly not. Okay, I chose the name. Guys wouldn't let me. I really tried, but I thought it was a good name. The Crisis Crew.
No, I don't think so.
Well, I know you don't think so because you wouldn't let Bugsy name you guys the Crisis Crew.
I didn't know you were such a big Crisis fan.
He was just how's your arm, by the way, Asa? You spreading that little bit of disease around? Or...
Do we gotta do a roadside amputation?
See, this is why I'm a Crisis fan. But also, if you're ready to admit, I'll change it. You don't have to admit that I'm the best doctor. You just have to admit that I am your best friend, and I will heal your poison, lickety split.
I don't think anyone in this car is his best friend.
Crisis,
I
will
feel
you
like I should
stop?
point out that
Yeah.
everyone here has only really known each other. Well, I can't really speak for Crisis and Rick, but everyone here has only really known each other officially for the past few days.
And yet it feels like a lifetime.
You and Sebastian
No,
are
it
all
hasn't.
buddies, right? You two seem pretty
Oh
good.
no,
We've
it
known-
feels like a lifetime.
Well, I've known of Sebastian for a while, same as I've known of you for a while, as is required when we are in our political
blush.
standings.
I blush anyway.
But no, I do not know any of you, so no, I cannot clarify if any of you are my best friend.
My God, man, you don't want your
You were
poison
going
healed.
to pick a best friend.
Yeah.
Would it?
No, he really doesn't have to.
You
Crisis.
have to, but if you
Crisis, you
want-
can't keep me all to yourself.
Trust, I ain't.
Anyway, in regards to the amputation, it is not necessary. I will fix it as soon as we have time to stop and rest.
Why didn't we just do it before we left?
Because we were trying to leave.
I can do it now.
Right. I would rather we didn't leave when you were poisoned. I'll be honest, I forgot about that.
See?
That just kind of slipped my mind.
I can fix you up right now, well and good, son. I promise.
Oh my
I will
gosh.
push you out of a moving car.
It's my moving car. You can push me out.
I heard can, and I will push. I won't open the door. Let's push Blake against the door and just knock him against it.
You get shoved against the door.
Settle down, children.
If you kids don't quiet down back there, I'm pulling this car around.
Oh, yes,
I mean,
Dad.
that's what we need. That's what we need to do, anyways, for Hasa. So yeah, go ahead and do that.
It's really not that important, but fair enough.
Sebastian slams the brakes on the car.
My man learned to drive, not how to stop.
Wait, hang on. How many of us put
Everybody
on our
roll me.
seatbelts?
Yeah, how many people are wearing seatbelts?
Oh, I was
Rick
just about to say,
definitely
if he pinned me against the wall, I've turned into a fox and climbed onto Breeze's lap at this point, because I am not being manhandled against the wall.
Okay, Breeze.
Ooh, you are a
what
projectile
color,
now.
What color fox are you, by the way?
A little black one, I believe.
Okay. Breeze, a little black fox. Cute little black fox climbs into your lap. About the size of a small
I
cat.
know who it is. I'm just like, oh. I have to pet it. I pet it. I pet the fox.
Do I like being patted?
I don't know. Do you like being patted? I don't know.
I don't know.
Are we driving through temperate areas at the moment?
Yes, you are still in the spring court. It is always temperate.
Look, pull over for a moment. I can fix this and we can stop worrying about it.
Well, we need to figure out who had their seatbelts on first.
Yes, because Sebastian slammed the brakes on. So, Blake, on your fox sheet, I need you to roll a dex save, please. Everybody who's not wearing a seatbelt, roll me a dex save.
I would be wearing a seatbelt because I saw people get ejected from cars as a mercenary.
Everyone who has their seatbelt on, roll for choking.
Breeze, just
wearing
roll
your
me.
seatbelt's wrong,
Breeze,
mate.
just roll me.
I was wearing a seatbelt.
Yes, I know, but just roll me an athletics or an acrobatics.
See if you keep track. Yeah.
Okay.
I suppose that depends on if Breeze is intending to catch the fox.
This is true because Breeze, as the
I'm a
brakes,
cute little fox. She was
I am
already.
petting it, so
yeah, Breeze, as the brakes are slammed on, you feel the little fox on your lap start to go flying towards the windscreen, and you manage to grab him and hold him close as you slam on the brakes, Sebastian.
Does Sebastian have a seatbelt on?
Sebastian just launches himself.
Of course he's got a seatbelt on.
He's fine.
He learned to drive 20 minutes ago. Of course he has it on.
Sebastian is the youngest person here and yet the most mature, it seems.
Okay.
You're forgetting Rick.
Yeah.
You really
Okay.
seem to forgetting I am a cleric healer.
Okay,
We buff.
so you slam on the brakes, Sebastian, and everyone jolts in their chair as the car comes to a grinding halt.
Now then, children. How about we calm things down and Hasa, you stop being an ass about it and get your arms seen to.
It's a little rude.
Yeah, I thought I was being perfectly civil about it.
Like, I feel like I should point out, like, while I appreciate the concern everyone has here, truly I do, I am the one with a doctorate here in fixing shit like this. I know my limits.
Right.
Yeah, I don't know how good you're at fixing things.
My
Well,
concern is if you
Hasa,
pass out, then you can't
yes.
fix shit.
We've also been attacked several times at random intervals, and I don't think you can fix yourself in the middle of being gnawed on by another pack of wildebeests.
All right, fair enough. He undoes his belt, his seatbelt.
Wondered where this was going.
Undoes his seatbelt, steps out of the car. I'm gonna take 2 fucking steps out of the car, and I'm going to scan the roadside for lungwort because it is a common temperate plant that cures diseases.
Okay, I will.
I was gonna say, is this like a jellyfish sting where you need to pee on it, and that's what he was doing?
No.
That should be peas on it.
You'll realise this is Blake I'm petting and sort of stop.
You realise it's Blake. 1 moment.
Yes, I'm going to look around the roadside for lungwort. It is a common temperate plant.
Yep, give me 1 moment because there is a thing I need for this.
If Breezer stopped patting me, I turn back to human, give her a kiss on the cheek, and I climb out the window. I'm safe now.
You climb out the window. Why are you like
Haas has wandered off. I'm going with him.
Okay, you climb out as you see Hasa starting to walk up and down, along the roadside, having a bit of a look. Roll me a herbalism check, please, Hasa, which is your wisdom. If you're using
herbalism kit, yeah.
Using your herbalism kit.
What you looking for, Doc?
It's a sort of misshapen root-looking fungus. Looks like a pair of lungs.
Does it look like that? And I point to a random thing.
Maybe. We have lost Crisis.
God damn it, Crisis.
And herbalism is whiz or int. I am using int.
Yep.
Natural 1.
It was not that. It was not.
However, it sounds like Uzu is attempting to assist me.
Yes, I will allow you to roll with advantage, just as. I mean, the thing is, he has knowledge of this area, and as he points out, he does point out a grouping of fungus just kind of clustered in the roots of one of the trees here that look like several pairs of misshapen, shriveled lungs, and you manage to go over and pick out 3 little groupings of lungs.
3, nice.
Yes.
Cool. I immediately start snacking on 1, and I put the other 2 in my pack.
As you climb back into the car, chewing what appears to be a dehydrated lung, that's where we're going to end each other's session. End the session.
End each other's lives.
Yes, as the group watches you. As the group watches you climb back into the vehicle, chewing on what appears to be a brown, shriveled, dehydrated lung. But yes, I apologize to everybody once again for the internet. We will pick up next week as the group continues into the not darkening wilderness, but the brightly technicolored wilderness of the Spring Court, where there be dinosaurs. I hope you look after yourself. I hope your internet survives. We shall see if your internet survives. Hopefully mine will. Hopefully I will get it sorted out, and next week we'll have a much smoother session, not broken up into tiny little snapped up pieces. Otherwise, if you want to catch this session in its entirety, you will be able to catch it on Monday on my YouTube channel of the same name, Boomeadow, to see it all actually spliced together as one full session. There might be a few little pieces here and there that are not quite right because obviously the delay. Otherwise, I hope you drink plenty of water, get plenty of rest if you are able to, obviously. I hope you all have a wonderful Easter on the Sunday, wherever Sunday is for you. And I hope you have a wonderful morning, afternoon, evening, or night, wherever you are in the world. And we will see you all next week. Bye.